Ever since I was a child, I've turned it over in my mind. I sang by the piano, tore my yellow dress and cried and cried and cried. Now to want to see what I've seen, to undo what has been done. Turn off all the lights, let the morning come. On this champagne drunken home, against the current, oh, oh. Everybody see I love him, 'cause it's a feeling that you get when the afternoon is set on the bridge into the city. I don't want to see what I've seen, to undo what has been done. Turn off all the lights, let the morning come. Last green light in my eyes, and my love on my mind. And I sing from the piano, tear my yellow dress and cry, 'cause you're a heart soul to save, with an ocean in the way. But I'll get around it, I'll get around it. 'Cause you're a heart soul to save, with an ocean in the way. But I'll get around it. Last green light in my eyes, and my love on my mind. And I sing from that piano, tear my yellow dress and cry, over the love that you
Forever could never be long enough for me. Feel like I've had long enough with you. Forget the world now, we won't let them see. But there's one thing left to do. Now that the weight has lifted, love has surely shifted.
we welcome you all today to this beautiful setting, to be with Shona and Martin as they celebrate their marriage. On their behalf, I'd like to thank you for your attendance. From those of you just down the road, to some of you who may have travelled some distance. It's important to the bride and groom that you're here to witness this very special event. Although, as you know, Martin and Shona are already committed to one another, they now want to make a formal and public declaration of the permanency of their relationship, and to share with you, the nearest and dearest family and friends, their happiness at becoming a married couple. However, I know that both want today to not just be the public celebration of their union, but also a day to acknowledge the role of their friends and their family. The friends who have shared with them the good and the bad times, and the family who guided them through their early years and who still support them now. So with that in mind, I'd like to take just a few minutes to introduce you to our wedding party today. Martin's best man today is his friend and brother-in-law Craig. A bit of a double-edged sword, this. There's no doubt Craig knows most of the groom's deepest, darkest secrets. More importantly, he'll be delighted to share them with you. A bit later on during the speeches. Shona's beautiful bridesmaids today are Martin's daughter Chloe, her sister Jennifer and her best friend Nicola. I'd like to thank these girls for the wonderful job they've done in supporting the bride and ensuring that she's here today at her calmest and most radiant best. Our ushers who did such a good job of keeping everybody organised are Martin's nephews Kieran and Lewis, so well done boys. Almost stealing the show today were our four girls, Molly, Shona and Martin's daughter, and Abby, Martin's niece. And last, but certainly by no means least, we have our parents. For Shona, we have Jim and Ishbel. And for Martin, we have his mum, Jennifer. I know that everyone here is delighted to witness the commitment that Shona and Martin are making to one another today. So welcome to all, and would you please show your appreciation for your bridal party.
Say hello, it's careful. Say you will. Say you will.
Stop.
Marry me.
My name is Andy McSorley. I'm a registered celebrant with the Humanist Society Scotland, and I've been granted the privilege of conducting legal marriages in this country. Now, some of you might never have been to a humanist wedding ceremony before, and naturally you'll be wondering what it's all about, so I'll just briefly explain. But it's quite simply about the things that bring us together in life, rather than anything that may divide us. And here it is the love, friendship, support and respect between two people who have chosen to spend the rest of their lives together. Martin and Shona decided to have a humanist ceremony in order to celebrate their relationship in a way that reflects who they are as individuals and together as a couple. In choosing this form of ceremony, they've been able to make a substantial contribution to the script, much of it in their own words, as you will shortly hear. What's that, Shona? Are we going to bother with? We're just going to go straight to the mouse, okay? As well as choosing the music and the readings, it is therefore a unique and very personal celebration of their marriage. However, we are also aware that marriage is not only about the formal joining together of them as a couple, it is also about the coming together of two families and two sets of friends. But with this in mind, we were keen to involve as many of you significant people as possible. So I'd now like to invite Shona's friends Kirsty and Angela to come forward to share with us a special reading for the bride and the groom.
On your wedding day. Today is a day you will always remember, the greatest in anyone's life. You'll start off the day just two people in love and end it as husband and wife.
It's a brand new beginning, the start of a journey with moments to cherish and treasure, and although there will be times when you both disagree, these will surely be outweighed by pleasure.
You'll have heard many words of advice in the past when the secrets of marriage were spoken, but you know that the answers lie hidden inside, where the bond of true love lies unbroken.
So live happy forever as lovers and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you, as you stand there together with love in your eyes from the moment you whisper, I do.
And with luck, all your hopes and your dreams can be real. May success find its way to your hearts.
Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is the day it all starts.
Thank you very much. I'd like to now invite Martin's sister Fiona forward to share with us some thoughts on marriage in this final week.
Marriage is all about giving and taking, and forgiving and forsaking. It's my, that's yours. Ready to say it's my pleasant duty. Kissing and loving and pushing and shoving, caring and sharing and screaming and swearing. Get in trouble for swearing. About being together, whatever the weather, about being driven to the end of your tether, about sweetness and kindness and wisdom and blindness. It's about being strong when you're feeling quite weak. It's about saying nothing when you're dying to speak. It's about being wrong when you know that you're right. It's about giving in before there's a fight. And for you two today is about to begin, and for all that the two of you had to put in, some days filled with joy and some days filled with sadness. Too late, you'll discover that marriage is madness.
Today's indeed the day that it all starts. Shona and Martin stand before us on the threshold of a new and exciting phase in their relationship. It's what's happened in the past that has led them to this most significant point in their lives. So perhaps now would be a good time to reflect upon the events that have led them here today. I don't know why you're laughing. These aren't my words, right? Read me disclaimer, right? So where to begin with Shona and Martin? Prehistoric times perhaps. They've been together for so long. So rewind back to when dinosaurs roamed the earth and Martin met Shona. Love at first sight? Probably not. But who knows, it was so long ago they probably can't remember. It was a date in an Irish pub they thought was called Falcher for most of their relationship. And unbeknown to them, this means welcome. So no wonder that they couldn't find it again. So this brings us on to things that Martin and Shona have in common. A lack of common sense. Only Martin and Shona could manage to get themselves into some of the situations that they've found themselves in. For example, who runs out of petrol and tries to get the car to roll to the petrol station? A mile away. But you can ask Martin about his road trip with Toby their cat. In typical Martin style, he took Toby in the car without his cat carrier. Needless to say, Toby decided to call shotgun and take over the driving. Now, Martin and Shona have other things in common as well. They just haven't found them yet. Now, some say a perfect relationship is built on the attraction of opposites, of which they have many. Take wine, for example. Ask Shona her preferred wine, and she would say champagne or Sauvignon Blanc. Ask Martin his preferred wine. Just for that, I'm not finishing that.
We all know.
Now, all joking aside, Martin's organisation and persistence is without doubt the only reason that Shona actually achieves anything on time. Or at all. And it seems that over the years, Martin and Shona have actually morphed into the same person, and the relationship has grown with each twist and turn. Now naturally, there's been lots of compromise over the years, but when asked, neither could pinpoint anything that they've had to give up for the other. Now this means either one of two things. Either they're both so stubborn that they won't admit it, or there has never been a sacrifice for the other that wasn't worth it. Now, we couldn't talk about Shona and Martin without talking about the other person in the relationship. Premier Inn. When asked about Premier Inn, Shona began an hour-long conversation about her love of Premier Inn and how the song they were going to play during the signing of the register was the backing song on the Premier Inn. And I'm told she's not kidding. Martin is very tolerant of Shona's commitment to her job at Premier Inn. Well, I said Premier Inn. So.
Make sure we got it in there.
But what Shona wanted to mention was without his acceptance, support and encouragement, she wouldn't be where she was today. And I think we all agree that Martin deserves a medal.
Already?
We have security down the front. So what does marriage mean to Shona and to Martin? Well, it's quite simply the next step in their journey. It's their future together, declaring the commitment to each other in front of their dearest friends and family. It's the commitment to their children, the family unit that they will tackle the future together. So here we are, after a 7-year engagement, a very subtle proposal. 2 children, and finally, we have a wedding. Now, I think it's clear to everyone here that Shona and Martin are made for each other, and that life for them is more meaningful in moving forward together as one. And in so doing, they know they are stronger and more confident about the way ahead. They both freely admit that this commitment to conducting their lives together in a way which brings fulfilment and happiness to both is undoubtedly a great challenge, but it's one that can reap such wonderful rewards. And it's a challenge that they're really looking forward to. So now we've reflected on both the past and the future, which is to turn our focus to the here and now. Ultimately, it is the love between Martin and Shona that is at the heart of their relationship. However, in every marriage, there can be times when it is difficult to find the right words, and the ones we love the most are the ones we can most easily hurt. So if you, Martin, and you, Shona, ever encounter such a time, then you should remember this special day, and these people who have supported you. But most of all, you should remember the love that you both share. When I spoke to Martin and Shona, I asked them to tell me separately, and more importantly, secretly, just some of the things that they love about one another. So in effect, this is a world premiere. So you generally haven't seen these each, no?
No.
Excellent. So let's firstly share the things that Martin said about Shona. I love how good a mum she is, and how she accepted Chloe with open arms. It's how ambitious and driven that she is. How she stuck by me through thick and thin, and was always there to help. I love that she can't cook, and won't cook, which saves any poisoning. I love her big, beautiful smile that brightens my day. And I love that she said yes to making today happen. And here are the things that Shona said about Martin. Martin is very handsome. When he allows me to gel his hair. every bad thing there is about Martin, there are a million wonderful things that make you completely forgot what the bad thing was in the first place. Martin is incredibly selfless and will go a million miles for anyone and looks for nothing in return. He's an absolutely wonderful dad, and both girls know that they are the centre of his world. I love that he cooks all my meals. Although actually this could be argued as something not to be loved about him, as without him I would be a size 0. And finally, he doesn't realise how truly special that he actually is, and how much I cherish each day that I spend with him. I told you we were fit. And having heard the story and just some of the things that Shona and Martin love about one another, this seems like the perfect time to move on to the central part of the ceremony, when the couple will formally commit to one another as husband and wife. At this time, I'm sure you'll all join me in extending our best wishes to Shona and Martin, that their union grows in strength, their love continues to deepen throughout the coming years, and that all their hopes and dreams for their marriage come true. That the couple will first make to one another the vows that they have chosen. So Martin, as you look at Shona, would you please make the following promises? Now Martin, do you promise to be Shona's friend and partner, to love her completely as she loves you?
I do.
Do you promise to support, respect and share with her in all of life's decisions, through joy and sadness, triumph and uncertainty, laughter and tears?
I do.
Do you promise to have her in your life, every day for as long as you live?
I do.
Thank you. And now, Shona, as you look at your handsome groom, would you also please make the following promises? Now, Shona, do you promise to be Martin's friend and partner, to love him completely as he loves you?
I do.
Do you promise to support, respect and share with him in all of life's decisions, through joy and sadness, triumph and uncertainty, laughter and tears?
I do.
And do you promise to have him in your life every day for as long as you live?
I do.
Thank you, Shona. Martin and Shona, I will ask you to accept one another as husband and wife by making the declarations as required in Scottish law. So we'll have Craig please to bring forward the rings. Pass Shona's ring. Now Martin, if you take Shona's left hand in yours. And as you look at her, would you please repeat after me? I solemnly and sincerely declare
I solemnly and sincerely declare
that I, Martin,
that I, Martin,
accept you, Shona,
accept you, Shona,
as my lawfully wedded wife.
my lawfully wedded wife,
And I place this ring on your finger
and I place this ring on your finger
as a token of my enduring love,
as a token of my enduring love.
and that from this day forward,
From this day forward,
we shall be as one.
we shall be as one.
Thank you, Martin. Put the ring on Shona's finger.
Hey, Vaseline.
This is being parted. Great, we pass the other ring to Shona, please. Thank you. And now, Shona, if you take Martin's left hand in yours, and as you look at him, would you please repeat after me? I solemnly and sincerely declare
I solemnly and sincerely declare
that I, Shona,
that I, Shona,
accept you, Martin,
accept you, Martin,
as my lawfully wedded husband,
as my lawfully wedded husband.
and I place this ring on your finger
I place this ring on your finger
as a token of my enduring love,
as a token of my enduring love,
and that from this day forward,
and that from this day forward,
we shall be as one.
that we shall be as one.
Thank you, Shona. Put the ring on Martin's finger, please. Keep on, well done. And now, following the binding declarations which are made in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses and guests, it is my pleasant duty and very great privilege to hereby declare that you, Martin, and you, Shona, are my husband and wife.
Like a child, will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Will you still love me when I got nothing but my aching soul? I know you will, I know you will, I know that you will. Will you still love me when I'm no longer beautiful? I've seen the world lit it up as my stage now, channeling angels in the new age now. Hot summer days, rock and roll, the way you play for me at your show, and all the ways I got to know your pretty face and electric soul. Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Will you still love me when I got nothing but my aching soul? I know you will, I know you will, I know that you will. Will you still love me when I'm no longer beautiful? Dear Lord, when I get to heaven, please let me bring my man. When he comes, tell me that you'll let him in. Father, tell me if you can. All that grace, all that body, all that face makes me wanna party. He's my sun, he makes me shine like diamonds. Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Will you still love me when I got nothing but my aching soul? I know you will, I know you will, I know that you will. Will you still love me when I'm no longer beautiful? Will you still love me when I'm no longer beautiful? Will you still love me when I'm not young and beautiful?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Ishbel and myself, I'd like to welcome you all and thank you for coming to this very special occasion to celebrate the marriage of our daughter Shona to Martin. I've tried very hard to memorise this speech, but forgive me if I resort to my notes every 5 seconds. I did ask for an auto cue to be set up for me while we were doing this, and apparently the wedding budget just wouldn't stretch to it. But unfortunately, neither does my eyesight. Today, of course, is a celebration not just of the love that has united Shona and Martin in marriage, but also the families and created the influence that lives on between the two of them. So I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all relatives and friends for both families. A big thank you also goes to Martin and Shona, who have had very definite ideas on how they wanted today to be. Through their thoughtful planning and tireless efforts, they will make today a tremendous success for everyone. Over the years, I've had the privilege of watching Shona blossom from a gorgeous baby daughter, passionate about what she believes in, intensely loyal to her friends, and brimming full of affection that she shows for other people. In fact, she's inherited many of her mum's traits and personality and has turned out a beautiful woman with a successful career. Shona, looking good. You scrub it well for a 28-year-old. During the time I have known Martin, I have come to realise how special he is to Shona and what a great son-in-law he will be. It's taken him long enough. Now Shona, this is the time that every bride fears. What's the old man going to say? Is he going to tell about the times you... No, I'm not going to do that. Well, not when I'm dressed in a tuxedo at a themed wedding. And today it's been a pleasure to see you so happy. It's customary in these occasions to offer the happy couple some worldly advice on marriage. Somebody like me? I don't think so somehow. However, the wish I would have for you is you have fun and excitement today, hopes and dreams for tomorrow, and love and happiness for the future. Happy marriages begin when we marry one we love, and they blossom when we love the one we marry. My best advice for Martin is to make the most of the honeymoon period. For those of you who don't know when this is, the period is between I do and you better. There is then the recognition that marriage is an equal partnership, and you'll find out, Martin, that means you've got to contribute 70%. Finally, all married couples know that the secret of successful marriage is patience, tolerance, forgiveness. Failing all that, use what I've used, a very bad memory, for the exception of birthdays and anniversaries, of course. My greatest wish for the two of you is that through the years your love for each other will grow, and many, many years from now you will look back on this day, your wedding day, as the day you loved each other least. So here's to the groom, a man who keeps his head, although he's lost his heart to my daughter. Here's to the beautiful bridesmaids, a thing of beauty is a thing of joy forever. And here's to the bride, Shona. May you share everything with your husband, including the housework and the cooking. A successful man once wrote, a successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. My final duty, and it gives me great privilege, would be to offer a toast to Shona and Martin. Not sure how this will work. Normally I would ask you to be upstanding and join me in the toast. But sit back, chillax, enjoy your cocktails. If I was to give the toast, I think it would go like this. Here's to the past for all that you've learned. Here's to the present for all that you share. Here's to the future for all that you look forward to. All that remains for me to say is to ask everybody, enjoy your evening and have a great time. Thank you.
Firstly, I'd just like to thank Jim for everything he's just said. On a side note, I'd like to apologise to other guests that he's just put to sleep. It's now time to wake up. I'd also like to thank Jim and Ishbel for the upbringing that they've given to Shona all throughout her life. If it wasn't for them, then today she wouldn't be here in the position she's in and being my wife. I'd also like to thank my mother for the way I've been brought up. Again, if it wasn't for her, then today it couldn't have happened. So thanks to Ishbel, Jim and Jennifer. Moving on to the bridesmaids, well, what can we say about the bridesmaids? Simply stunning. They're beautiful. They've done a great job I'm going to give special thanks to the bridesmaids as well from my wife, because she was overwhelmed with her hen night and she didn't believe anything like that was possible, and she would like to thank you, so on her behalf, thanks. Moving on to the ushers, I believe you have done a good job today, a bit premature because you are children, and again, if you haven't, I will sort you out tomorrow. Kieran, Lewis, thanks very much for everything you have done. You have done a great job. Flower girls, well, what can we say about them? They're 5 and 7. Let's just hope they're still here, and they're not crying, and there's no falling over the big long dresses. And again, Abby, Molly, great job today. Premature, and again, if you have annoyed me, I'll sort you out tomorrow. Moving on to the humanist, that was a great service. We'd like to say thanks to him. Obviously he's not here at this moment, but I hope you all agree that we picked the right choice in the guy that we picked, and he done well. Fiona, Angela, Kirsty, brilliant, thank you very much for doing those readings, they were lovely. And also a final thanks to Ishbel, Sandy, Jim, Fiona, my mum, Jennifer, Craig, Fiona, for everything they've done to help us get where we are today. If it wasn't for all of them, today wasn't possible. Okay, that's me just a bit done. I'm just a bit pass over to Craig. Obviously if you want to jump out for a quick top up of your glasses or anything, feel free. I'm going to pass over to Craig. We all know, as the best man, he's going to rip me apart for 15 minutes. Some of you may be crying apparently, some of you may be laughing. I'll probably be cringing in a corner with a carrier bag over my head. But as you all know, Craig sometimes mixes fact with fantasy. Let's just hope not today. Just before Craig comes on, I'd like to say, on behalf of myself and the wifey, hope you all had a good day, and I hope you all have a great evening, and thanks for coming.
Hello, good evening and welcome. If I'm sitting talking on the TV screen just now, it means the wedding has still went ahead. Shona hasn't changed her mind. Martin stayed sober long enough to get married, and I am still the best man. Martin, are you there, old boy? You can either leave the room or stay and enjoy your speech. Either way, I hope you enjoy it. I believe, before I start, it's tradition for me to say congratulations to the new Mrs. Love. Congratulations, Shona. I also believe it's tradition for me to say how good the bridesmaids are looking. Since this is 2 weeks before the wedding, not entirely sure how they're looking just now, but since one of them's my wife, the other one has a gigantic pair of dangerous looking hands. I don't want slapped about, and I'll say that they do indeed look fantastic. Martin, I know you've probably got at least 2 drinks by now. I hope everybody else has a drink in their hand. I'd like to propose a toast to the bridesmaids. To the bridesmaids. It's a wonderful honour today to stand before you all. I'm going to speak in tribute about a man with low achievement, Neanderthal intellect and childlike wit. Gives me great pleasure and pride to be Martin's best man. When he told me that the wedding was taking place in his favourite place in Glasgow, I presumed he was talking about William Hills. For those of you who don't know Martin, perhaps you'll all agree that Martin isn't exactly at the latest, centre of the latest fashion trends. The clothes that he wears, his hair's falling out, his teeth are falling out, one eye droops down lower than the other eye. He's generally had a really hard life. So, what advantages does that have to you good people? The advantage it has there is when you're standing next to Martin in a picture today, don't worry about how you look compared to Martin. All you really have to do is straighten your tie or fix your hat. Job done. Martin and I have been great mates over the years, and as such, we've shared many things in life. the truth is though that I've shared most of the things. Shared my clothes, shared my money, shared garden tools, my bicycle that he still not gave me back, general life skills. Speaking about things in life, what does Martin enjoy most in life? Martin enjoys vodka and cigarettes. You know you do. So, vodka and cigarettes is what you'll see Martin enjoying most at the weekend. He'll have a vodka in one hand, fag hanging out his mouth, smoke drifting past his eye, half shut as he peers out talking to people. And because of this half shut droopy eye that he's got, Martin has become well known as the buckled eye. Now, other things that Martin is known well for is his poor grasp on vocabulary. Shona calls these wee accidents that he has just wee mix-ups. Other people just call them plain dumb. So I thought as part of today's speech we could have a little game. It's called What Did Buckle Eye Say? So without further ado, let's play the game.
Some folk will never eat stuff, but then again some folk will like Cletus, the slack-jaw yokel.
Hello, thank you. Hello and welcome to the show, What Did Buckle Eye Say? In this game, I will give you a well-known phrase that Martin has said, and you, the audience, will have to guess what the answer should be. I will then tell you what Martin has actually said. So, let's continue. Number 1. Something like a banshee. Martin said, jumping up and down like a banshee. Number 2, barking up the wrong something. Martin said, barking up the wrong wavelength. Number 3, not a single penny has crossed my something. Martin said, not a single penny has crossed my lips. Number 4, if you pee in peanuts, you get something. Martin said, if you pee in peanuts, you get chickens. Other comedy words that Martin has said is guacamole sauce, which is guacamole dip. Pacific, which means specific, and idiot, which means Martin. Now it's time for Guess Buckle Eye's movie. Martin said that Molly's favourite movie was Breadsticks and Boomsticks. What is the actual movie? The actual movie is Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I have one useful phrase that Shona would like to remember and apply to Martin. It's better to be thought a fool and remain silent than to speak and remove all doubt. That's all for What Did Buckle Eye Say?
Some folk will never eat stuff, but then again some folk will like Cletus, the slack-jaw yokel.
I hope you all enjoyed the game. It was indeed a good laugh. So, as part of a successful relationship, there must be several things that a happy couple have in common. Martin and Shona do indeed have plenty of things in common. One of the things that they have in common is Shona loves to give orders. Martin is really happy to take orders. He is genuinely happy to take orders. Martin's given up his hectic lifestyle now because of Shona. He's really careful with his money. He considers things, thinks things through. He's a more mature person in general. Shona, he spent £15 at Commons retirement night on a puggy. I told him not to. I told him to save for the wedding. I told him to don't put any more money in Martin. Maybe need to sort him out later on. I did have a discussion with Martin about investments, about money. Martin told me that he invested money in booze. I said, would you invest money in booze for, Martin? He says, well, where else can you get 40%? So it does make you wonder, where would Martin be just now if it wasn't for Shona? Where would he be?
Freezing, eh, ma?
Why, Martin?
I can't wait to get up the road, eh, ma?
Neither can I, Martin.
Aye, well, some soup when we get in, eh? And then we'll have a cup of tea with some snowballs, eh, ma?
I didn't get any snowballs, Martin.
No snowballs?
Nah.
You stupid old cow!
Relax, Martin. You've got an Empire biscuit.
I'm not wanting an Empire biscuit. I want a snowball. Taxi!
Maybe if you have a job, eh, Martin, you're mocking right your ass for you, Martin.
I think we can all agree that it's really lucky that Martin met Shona. I spoke to Martin a couple of days ago and asked Martin what he was looking forward to most when him and Shona get married. And he said, well, when Sandy and Ishbel kick the bucket, you'll be entitled to some of the money. I said to Shona what she was looking forward to most when they get married, and she never really gave much an answer. I said to Ishbel what she was looking forward to most, and she said, well, not all looking forward to much, but one thing that she will miss is when Martin and Shona leave the house, it's two people less that she gets to boss about. I said to Sandy, what are you looking forward to most? And he said, well, what I will miss is Martin cutting up my sausages for me, but this bump, bump, bump sound coming that kind of keeps me awake at night, he's not going to miss that at all. One thing that is interesting is I took the liberty of looking up the names Martin and Shona in the dictionary. It's really quite interesting what it says. Martin of Mars, god of war. Martin is not the god of anything, but him and Ishbel can certainly be heard doing a lot of warring on a Saturday night. Such arguments include why Max the dog's cracked in the carpet, who owes who money, what else have we got down here, favourite battles, why the dishes haven't been done, why Ishbel has fell asleep at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night with her head down on the keyboard. Shona, meaning gracious. The meaning word gracious is also of particular interest. It means, in the dictionary, courteous, kind, pleasant, especially to someone of lower social status. So, they are indeed a match made in heaven. So, to finish off this speech, which I hope you've all enjoyed, I'd like to propose a toast to the happy couple, Martin and Shona. Martin, again, I know you've still got a couple of glasses there, good to go. Oh, everybody else, is the glass filled? Martin and Shona, may you have a happy life. May your future be filled with joy and good luck. Shona, may your patience and understanding never fail. Martin and Shona.
been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed. I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I went wrong. But I can write